we are headed to the park over on Ingram by the Transit Center to do an interview with KENS5 talking about the drag bans that are happening in Texas right now. They're trying to control drag, which is really, really strange to me because there's so many other things that they should be worried about, including gun control. How many fucking homeless people are there in America and they're worried about drag queens? How many school shootings are there in America, in supermarkets, in schools, in movie theaters? And there has not been anything done when it comes to gun control, but somehow they want to ban drag queens like if we're the problem. We ain't gonna stand for it. So it's very important as drag entertainers that we keep using our voices and we keep advocating. People don't realize what these bills are actually doing. They're very harmful towards queer lives. They're targeting a minority and somehow they're getting away with it. It almost feels like we're going back in time.
Okay, so good, Albert. So Brian, I guess first and foremost, just how do you feel right now?
It honestly makes me feel scared. It makes me feel attacked. It makes me feel kind of disheartened that there's a large group of people targeting our community. Obviously, we're minorities, so the fact that these people are getting away with doing what they're doing to our community, it needs to be put to a stop already. And these bills, SB 12 and SB 1601, that are trying to be passed, are doing nothing but trying to erase queer lives. And they are attacking trans lives, they are attacking non-binary lives, and ultimately they're attacking queer lives as well as queer children, trans children. Queer children do exist. Trans children do exist. I'm sorry, it makes me emotional. In other states, they're denying children trans children health care. With the bills in Tennessee right now, you can be in drag within 100 feet of a place of worship, or even a public park or school. And ultimately, from what that sounds like to me, it sounds like they're trying to erase queer lives. They're trying to put us back in the closet, and we've spent decades trying to build up the courage to come out and live our lives truthfully in who we are. What does that do for them? Us living our truth, is that really what makes you uncomfortable? It feels like we're back in the 1950s again. They're obviously not comfortable with us living our truth. I feel like they're trying to maintain a binary system in which if you were born a male, you have to present as a male your entire life. If you were born as a female, you have to be a female your entire life. And we live in a world today where that binary system, it's destroyed. There's such a blur within the binary system. And that is ultimately what non-binary is, not identifying within the binary structure of male or female.
One of the things the bill, I guess sort of assumes, or could assume, is that all drag shows are inherently sexual.
That's not all that drag is. Drag, just like the non-binary spectrum, drag has its own spectrum too, of performers that, of course, yes, they go out and trans performers, they go out to pasties, and then you have your other drag performers that go and they're wearing pretty dresses and they look like princesses. The children are not the ones that are sexualizing these performers. The adults are. Hurt at a drag show. But then you have school shootings. They're ignoring the real issues here, and I feel like these bills are a distraction. They are a deflection of what the real problems in society are. We need gun control now more than ever. Make it make sense.
What does it do?
It's honestly crazy because corneation has been going on for years, and suddenly now it's a problem. Corneation is an event that goes on during Fiesta that even the mayor goes to. A lot of these public officials, they have fun. It's something that they look forward to. So having these bills passed, they are ultimately going to erase those types of, I guess, essentially pride events. They're trying to erase our pride. They don't want us to have pride. They like I said, they want to put us all back in the closet, and we've worked too hard and we fought too hard over years now. So many lives have been lost too of LGBT plus heroes that have fought till their death, trying to make sure that these things don't happen again. And here we are, like I said, in 2023, and it's happening all over again.
And I guess it seems like, you know, if you were to get rid of coordination or something like that, fiesta events like that, it's not just a blow to the LGBT community, so it obviously impacts them more than others, but it's sort of a blow to San Antonio's
Society as a whole.
Yes. Yeah. So could you expand on that a little bit, what, you know, this community means to what San Antonio represents and stands for?
To me, San Antonio is togetherness. It's a large community of people that are there for each other, and that you know, it's a mix-up. It's a whole melting pot of different lives, different backstories. And when you come together, you know, you can really create something beautiful. You could create something that people can celebrate, people can look forward to. And I really, essentially, that's what I feel like drag is. Drag is honestly like a getaway from the crazy stuff that happens in the world. It's supposed to be lighthearted. It's supposed to be fun. It's not these things that they say that we are. We aren't harming children. We aren't bad people. We aren't groomers. We aren't pedophiles. They honestly are calling us that now because they can no longer get away with calling us faggot openly. That's the honest truth. I'm not sorry about that.
Just a different kind of smart.
Exactly.
My last question is, you know, because of the state that we live in, I think it's more likely than not that this becomes a law. What does that do to you personally? Does that make you afraid? How would you feel?
It honestly just pisses me off because this is my income and this is my livelihood. I've been doing this for 9 years, and since I was 18 years old. I'm now 27. I don't know if the math. I don't know if the math is mathing.
You've been doing it for a while.
I've been doing it for a long time, since, you know, it's my whole adult career, and I really do feel like it's messing with my livelihood and it's making me afraid. You know, you don't have doctors going in afraid that, you know, these politicians are coming in and making or calling them groomers, calling them pedophiles. You don't have teachers being called groomers and pedophiles. You know, there was actually a story not that long ago that just came out about this teacher here in San Antonio that was making the children in the classroom pose like hookers. That's not the drag queens, that's the teachers. Those are the people that the parents trust every day with their children. How often do parents take their children to a drag show? I don't know, maybe like once a month. And it's for what? It's for a drag queen story time hour where the drag queens look like princesses, and that's literally all that the children see. They see these beautiful queens with big dresses and jewelry, and you know, it really makes them happy because they want to be like that when they grow up. They see the beauty in the drag, the art of drag, and it makes them happy. And right now, I really feel like these politicians are infringing on everyone's happiness. It is ultimately up to a parent to take their kids to these events, but these events are not sexual, and we aren't sexualizing drag.
Well, this bill kind of takes the decision out of the parents' hands.
Exactly.
And ban, you know.
And it's really mind-boggling to me. I really do feel like I'm in the twilight zone right now with drag because you know, there's so many more serious things going on in the world right now. And I would have never thought that drag would have been on the forefront of trying to be regulated or policies or bills being brought to front. I just want to say that drag is a special kind of art that needs to be celebrated, and it's going to keep going on forever. Drag has been a art that has been going on since Shakespeare times. And you know, even movies that people love, you know, they love Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hearing you said, we're not trying to get rid of, you know, Mrs. Doubtfire. We want
See, because they love Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire is drag.
And that's the problem.
There's a lot of hypocrisy.
That is the problem that you know, opponents to the bill would argue is it's very hard to determine
what is an inherently sexual drag performance versus what is not.
Well, Brian, you just had your interview with KENS5. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good, you know. I do speak on behalf of my entire community, so I wanted to make sure that I got everything right, everything covered. You know, just basically talk about the harmful impact that these bills that are trying to be passed would do to not only myself as a drag performer and non-binary person, but to trans lives out there as well. Trans lives are human lives, and they deserve to be treated as such. I really feel like, I don't know, like, it's insane that I even have to get up in drag and go and speak in front of a news channel about this kind of stuff. I would have never thought that I'd be doing this at my age. If you told me 10 years ago that this is what I'd be doing, I would not fucking believe you. But here we are, and it makes me proud that, like I was saying earlier, and I got really sentimental, that when I was younger, I was always picked on for being gay, even before I knew what I was. And, you know, even being out of school, being 19 years old and starting drag, I was still being picked on for dressing like a woman. And now, 10 years later, you know, I'm here as an adult, gonna be 28 in like 3 weeks, and I feel like I've come kind of full circle with who I am, and I'm very confident in who I am as a non-binary individual, and no one can take that from me. So if anybody out there is listening, even if these bills do get passed, yes, things are going to change, and yes, performing is going to get a little weird, and just living your truth out in general is going to get really scary, but just know that there is a fighter in each and every one of us, and that fighter is still in us. We've all, as queer people, have fought for a really long time against this heteronormative society. And I really do feel like now is the time to take out that fighter again, and the only thing we could really do is start loving ourselves even more. And these politicians, these people, have nothing but hatred in their heart to be attacking such a minority group of individuals, a community that does nothing but love and support each other, and spreads love, and spreads individuality, and spreads the message of living one's own truth. And I feel like we can't ever lose sight of that. We can't ever lose sight of who we are, and we can't give in to fear, because we deserve a spot at the table as well. And we are here on this earth, and nothing or no one will take away our truth. So, going in front of KENS5 today, and you know, the segment's gonna be released later tonight. I'm kind of excited to see it, but even at that, I got my own news clipping. So I'm thankful that you got to come and record the entire thing. Ultimately, it kind of really does circle back to them trying to eradicate queer culture, queer lives, queerness in general. They want everyone to go back into this binary system of male and female, and for some reason it bothers the hell out of them when people don't abide by that, which sounds a lot like communism to me. And I can't even imagine in 5 more years, if these laws keep it up and if these laws continue to pass, where we're gonna be. I'm scared, but I'm not done fighting, and I'm not done using my voice, because drag performers need to use their voices right now. My name is Miss Taint, signing off.